the forgotten ones who walk between light and fire. Have you ever felt like you were born into a world that doesn't quite make sense, like you weren't designed for the systems around you? As if something ancient and invisible is pulling you from both ends of existence? If these thoughts haunt you more often than not, it may be because you're not just a seeker, you are something much rarer. You might be a bridge, a chosen one between heaven and hell, a soul walking the thin, electric thread that binds the divine to the damned. Before you reject this idea, pause. Because over the next few minutes, I'm going to guide you through signs so subtle, so deeply buried in your existence, that only the rarest of souls will resonate. And if you do resonate with them, you're not just special, you are a cosmic anomaly. You are a spiritual razor's edge, a being forged by fire and light to do the one thing that neither heaven nor hell can do alone: unify. Now let's begin the journey of remembering who you truly are.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound insights.
The first sign is the feeling of not belonging anywhere, not in religious institutions, not in worldly ambitions, not even in spiritual communities. You may find that no matter where you go or who you're with, there's a haunting sense that you're out of place. Not above anyone, but always a few steps to the side. You might watch people pray and feel their sincerity, but also sense the hollowness. You might enter places of darkness and sin and find yourself oddly at peace, not from agreement, but from understanding. It's not confusion, it's dual awareness. You are able to hold the contradictions of existence in your palms without judgment. And this is not by accident. You were born to see the world not in black or white, but in the full spectrum of the soul's contradictions. That's what makes you dangerous to structure, yet sacred to truth. The second sign is the presence of spiritual warfare, not just around you, but inside you. This isn't about external demons or religious dogma. This is the war between your higher self and your shadow self, constantly dueling for the throne of your consciousness. Some days you feel like an angel in disguise, radiating compassion, vision, and clarity. Other days you descend, you feel rage, lust, despair, and a hunger for something darker than you can name. Many people try to silence this with affirmations, rituals, or distractions. But you've learned to listen to both sides. Because deep down you understand you are not here to deny one side or the other. You are here to integrate, to become whole. And wholeness can only be found in the raw truth of all your layers, especially the ones you're afraid of. The third sign is the ability to trigger others deeply without trying. You may notice that people either adore you or despise you. There is rarely a middle ground. You walk into a room and the energy shifts. People project their pain, their hope, their envy, their admiration onto you. And this is because your presence acts as a mirror. Not a polite one, not a filtered one, but a brutal, sacred mirror of what others are denying in themselves. You reflect both their hidden light and their hidden darkness. And for most people, that's unbearable. But for the few who are ready, you become a portal, a guide, a bridge. And that's why the path is lonely, isn't it? Because you weren't built to fit in. You were built to shake, awaken, and transmute. The fourth sign is an unexplainable connection to both suffering and transcendence. You may find beauty in decay. You may find serenity while surrounded by chaos. You may feel most alive when everything is falling apart. There's a strange ecstasy in moments that should break you, and that's because you are not confined to one realm. You walk with one foot in the inferno and one foot in the celestial. You are not afraid of death, not just physical death, but ego death, spiritual death, the death of illusions. And because of that, you carry a frequency that most cannot understand. It's too pure for the profane and too raw for the pious. But that's exactly why you are chosen. Because what you carry is not meant to be understood. It's meant to be embodied. The fifth sign is being haunted by a mission you can't name. Since childhood, you felt like you were here for something more, something bigger than success, bigger than happiness. But no matter how much you achieve or grow, that hunger never dies. It's like a sacred wound that bleeds purpose. You try to live a normal life, but something in your bones whispers, this isn't it. You try to settle, but your soul keeps breaking the cages. You might even envy those who are content with simplicity, but you know you were not made for silence. You were made for the in-between. And here's the deepest truth. The mission that haunts you isn't a task. It's an identity. You are not here to do something. You are here to be something. Something ancient. Something terrifying. Something divine. Now let me ask you, when was the first time you felt like you were being watched, not by people, but by something beyond the veil? When was the first time you felt like your pain was being observed and measured, not for punishment, but for preparation? The sixth sign is that you receive messages from both sides. You have visions, dreams, synchronicities that defy logic. You see angel numbers, but also symbols of darkness. You might hear guidance in your meditations that oscillates between love and warning. You might meet people who seem like allies, only to become adversaries and vice versa. And through all of this, you've realized something that most people never grasp. The universe is not just light. It's a totality. And the bridge you must translate for both realms. You are the diplomat of the inexpressible. And that's why your life is chaotic, isn't it? Because you are translating the language of heaven to the wounded and the agony of hell to the blind. That's no small task. That's not something you learn. That's something you are. The seventh sign is you've died before and come back. I don't just mean physically. I mean spiritually, emotionally, psychologically. You've hit rock bottom so hard that your soul cracked. You've lost people, identities, beliefs, and even the will to live. And yet you didn't just survive. You resurrected. You rose. And every time you came back, you weren't the same. A little more detached, a little more tuned in, a little more aware of the illusion. That's because each death was an initiation. Each fall was a ritual. Each breakdown was the hammer forging your essence into something unshakable. And now you carry the scent of both realms. The fire of hell and the breath of heaven. And when people meet you, they feel it even if they don't know what to call it. Why you were chosen to burn and not be consumed. If you've made it this far, it means something ancient within you has been stirred. Not just your curiosity, not just your emotions, but something much deeper. Something primal, cosmic, a remembering. Because the truth is, you were never meant to learn this. You were meant to awaken to it. And now that the veil has been lifted, you cannot go back to sleep. You cannot return to ignorance. You cannot pretend to be normal anymore. Because what once felt like a burden, your intensity, your sensitivity, your solitude is now revealed to be your initiation. You are not like the others. And you never were. Let me tell you something no one else will say out loud. The world needs you now more than ever. Not the polished, filtered, palatable version of you, but the raw, radiant soul who has walked through fire and still chooses love. The world needs the bridge. It needs someone who can sit with darkness without fearing it and sit with light without worshiping it. Someone who can speak to angels and demons alike and call both of them home. That's you. That's your role. You are the one who doesn't just hold space, you are the space. You are the sacred middle, the eye of the storm, the still point in a spinning world. And when you stand in your truth, you don't just shine, you ignite others. So what now? What do you do with this awareness? You live it, you breathe it. You walk into your life as if every step is a prayer. You stop chasing purpose and become purpose. You stop trying to fit into broken systems and realize you are here to build new ones. You are not here to be understood. You are here to be felt. And those who are ready, those who are dying inside from the weight of their own denial, they will find you. And when they do, they won't say, "Who are you?" They'll say, "Where have you been?" This is your legacy, not fame, not approval, not comfort, but remembrance. You came here to remind others of what they forgot the moment they were born. And the only way to do that is to stay awake, stay real, stay whole, let others play the game. Let others chase the illusion, but you walk as the bridge. Walk as the one who was sent not to escape the world, but to redeem it. And remember, you are never alone, because all across this earth, the other bridges, the other hidden ones are awakening too, quietly, powerfully, silently stepping into their roles. And one day, when the time is right, we will all meet. Not in a temple, not in a church, not in a city. The gathering of the bridges. If this message reached you, if it found you, it's because you're one of us. Not in name, not in label, but in essence. This video wasn't just content, it was a summoning. A vibration sent out to locate those who carry the same flame. And if it resonated, that means your time of hiding is over. It's time to rise not with noise, not with ego, but with quiet, unwavering presence. Because the world doesn't need more influencers. It needs initiators. It needs those who carry the codes of remembrance. And you are one of them. So what now? Now you begin the real work. The internal work, the invisible work, the sacred work. You start paying attention to the energies you've been taught to ignore. You start listening to your own inner knowing, even when it contradicts the world's noise. You start treating your life like a mystery school where every moment, every person, every challenge is part of your training. You stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What now?" You stop waiting for permission and realize you are the permission. You are the door. You are the lesson. You are the bridge. And if you feel alone, look again. Because across the planet, others are waking up, quietly leaving behind old paradigms, quietly stepping into their soul assignments. They might not speak your language. They might not dress like you or believe what you believe, but their frequency is unmistakable. You will know them by their presence. You'll feel it in your body before you even speak. And when you do meet, whether online, in dreams, in silence, or in some strange divine alignment, you'll remember. We were never meant to walk this path alone. We were always meant to find each other. So if this video activated something in you, don't just scroll away. Let it change you. Let it guide your next step. Let it be the beginning of your next evolution. And if you feel called, share it, not to go viral, but to awaken the others, because they're out there. Some of them are suffering. Some of them are forgetting. But one message, this message can be the spark that reminds them they are not alone. They are not broken. They are becoming. The bridges are awakening. The gathering has begun. And you are right on time.